All right. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Jordan. I am not a financial advisor and I'm not your accountant, but I've talked to many friends and they have no idea how important it is to invest. Your average bank in Canada offers 0.01 to 0.5% interest. Investing, no matter what it's in, will always be considered a risk and a gamble. But I want to show you why the risk of investing in stocks is a lot better than just leaving it in your checkings account. You are the biggest risk to your own money. Okay? So what I did was I put $500 into Nvidia, XEQT, Cameco, and then I also compared those three to the average bank interest on a savings account. So 1 year ago today, if you put $500 into one or each of these, the Nvidia is up $340, XEQT 113, Cameco is down. And that's just over the past year. The longer you look at it, the more they're up. But then the bank interest only went up $11. Okay, so that's a 1 year difference. I'm going to show you why compounding is the most important thing ever and why this isn't really a risk if you look at it long term. I'm going to scroll down. In 30 years, $500 will turn into $7 million in Nvidia. This is the average price of the yearly return. But you'd have $7 million. If you did it in XEQT, you'd have $26,000. Like, you gotta do your research, you gotta find out what's good, and you gotta invest. Because look, over 30 years, $974. And a lot of people don't look into their retirements, they don't care about their pensions, they don't have any investments. They're literally relying on lottery tickets to freaking live after 50 years old. This is what you have to do. Every month, you put like $100 in, you'll be okay. You will be okay. And I'm going to flash to you some of my personal gains on 3 of my accounts. Although they're not necessarily high percentages, they are much better than the 2% averages that you're seeing here. And you got to remember, the more the money, the better. Make that money work for you because unless you're putting it in a business, that money's just going to disappear. It always does. Happens to the best of us. By no means am I sponsored, but I will always recommend Wealthsimple as the vehicle to purchase and maintain these stocks on. All you have to do is go on the website, sign up, and then start a TFSA, the tax-free savings account. Learn about it yourself, but has a big advantage for being tax-free. There are some exceptions when it comes to like US stocks, but please do your own research. Don't rely on me. I am not sponsored, nor am I affiliated. But yeah, it's a great site. Duly recommended. Let me show you these things right here. So some of these are personal. Some of these I pulled out of my butt, but they have good returns. And they're quite... let me just go through. So first we have the nuclear and uranium industries. In Canada, these are the most necessary companies. Okay, that's arguable, but a very necessary company. Nuclear is running our homes and uranium will never stop being mined. They even had to turn off the factories that were renewing uranium because mining it was easier. Invest in miners. We also have the ETFs, which are the groups of stocks that Canada offers, somewhat like the S&P 500. I've done XEQT. XEQT has been my best performer. It's a long-term... you guys just got to hold on to these stocks, guys. I've had about $10,000 in this, and I've probably gone up. I don't know, and I don't want to tell you the wrong percentage, but these stocks are good. And then we also have tech infrastructure, like Nvidia. Tech is always good. It will fluctuate lots, but it's always starting to kind of end up back high. So you want to do your own research on this for sure. But Nvidia, SanDisk, great companies. And then we have defense. Okay. Some people love it, some people hate it. And depending on the company, it changes drastically. So we have Palantir and Lockheed Martin, both of which are doing crazy things. Some cool, some probably bad. Um, that is just the way life goes, guys. And as long as you're getting money up, does it really matter? For me, it does, but for many of you, I'm sure it doesn't. But it is what it is. The thing that's interesting about the stock market, especially in America, is that it's meant to look difficult. It's meant to look scary, and it's meant to feel like it's impossible. Um, and I have a hunch that that is why websites look like this. You kind of have to know the craft in order to understand it, which is why I made the spreadsheet, right? It's a lot easier. You can choose your own. And I can show how to update this. It's not public yet, but it's very easy. All you really have to do is edit this one number for the current price, and it's just an easy little formula, and it'll update itself automatically, which is awesome. So instead of kind of having to go, you know, looking at all this, you can kind of see how it's growing. You can compare it month by month and make charts, right? So here we have the current price, right? So for NVIDIA, 20281. So this number will automatically stay upkept to this number. This number is the cost of one share. So you can do fractions of shares or you can do multiple shares. So what we did was we bought one share of each company basically, right? So we did one of each. And what we'll do is we'll track this together. So you can see the different buckets, how they perform, and how they perform over time without having to be real money. I recommend you follow along because it's only a matter of time. And we'll see how this goes. If I can recommend you one storyline, um, it would be to download Wealthsimple, open a TFSA account, and dump as much money as you can into XEQT for the most reliable future in your stock journey. Because once you do that, then you've started your travel, and from there you'll learn more. Hopefully, I'll be posting more. If you guys have any more questions, please comment below, like, subscribe, I guess. Because yeah, I would love to do this again, but I need your guys' recommendations. So as we track these stocks together, I hope you see how important your future is. I hope you don't rely on me, but you start relying on yourself and your money a bit harder. And yeah, let the market work for you. All right. Well, everybody, have yourselves a good evening and a good night, and wish you all the best. GG.